What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging on, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. So with these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So, got some stuff in from the fragrance group, a la by way of So Avant-Garde. Mind Games had 2 new fragrances that came out. I was offered an opportunity to pick. Saw the notes that I currently don't remember, but when I was deciding, I was like, ooh, Mentor. I think I'd like Mentor. So we have Mentor. And on top, which something's loose in there, might be the cap or something. And New Notes Parfums has a new fragrance called Akigala Mandarino. Akigala wood and mandarin orange is what it's based around. Sounds pretty, let's call it user-friendly of a fragrance. So we've got 2. We're going to check them out. You know me. Because they were sent to me. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. It falls in between. We'll discuss why I think it falls in between. If anything you hear today entices you, you want to maybe check out a sample, link down below with 10% off. It is an affiliate link. I do earn a small commission, but if you're just here for the entertainment value and the conversation, I sure appreciate you being here nonetheless. And we're going to see what's up with those. As far as scent of the day, the masterpiece of all masterpieces, Evening Mystique, my last release with Zaharoff, resinous, smoky iris, earthy, ambery, a bit green and herbal in the top. You get a lot of cypress. There's a carrot seed note that kind of plays hand in hand with the Florentine iris. Again, you got olibanum and frankincense, amber, a little bit of orchinox, which is kind of in the musk family. Vetiver gives it a nice earthy, woodsy dry note. I got to say, the more it matures, the more it's aging finely. Beautiful stuff. Really strong in the opening. I got 6 sprays on. Wife's immediate comments when I went in the living room, I would say about 15 minutes after I sprayed it, was, "You are really strong." So you fell out of love with Evening Mystique? She's like, "No, I can tell it's Evening Mystique. It's too strong. You sprayed too much." I was like, "I normally spray 5 to 7." So I'm guessing it maturing is strengthening it a little bit, is basically how I took that feedback. So discontinued, those that have it, if you know kind of thing. And yeah, I appreciate those that did support the project, but been a little bit, 'tis the season now to start putting it back in the rotation. So it's back in the rotation. Haven't worn it since the weekend of my competition in June. I wore it that night after the show. So that was the point. So we'll wait till around, we got 3 minutes. We got 90 people right away. Hit that thumbs up on the way in if you don't mind. It does help. We'll wait till around 10 to 15 minutes, roughly, something to address here in a little bit, and then we'll dive into our topic. But let's get caught up in the chat, talk about scent of the days, because it is the best smelling live stream, the best smelling live chat, specifically on social media. I'll hold that up against anyone, for sure. Speaking of discontinued Jim, Invictus Legend, the saltiest of the bunch, but a lot of people would argue it's their favorite. Polo Red EDP, speaking of favorites, my favorite polo. Kara, Coconut Girl, good to see you. Indeed, hit that like on the way in. Speaking of Iris, Prodalome Intense, great choice. Alan is wearing Boss Bottled Intense, most people's favorite, because that's one of the truest when it comes to being named Intense Eau de Parfum. It definitely smells like a more intense, higher oil concentration version of its original. The most appropriate of intense flankers, I think, ever. I would put Intense Drapoise up there, but I think Boss Bottled Intense EDP is the number 1. Clive Christian Blonde Amber, I've never tried. Good to see you, though. Luis, Fico Diamalfi, Scent of the Night, Leighton. You always have that great double up. Another one, just like Cody Brunet here in the chat, always has his best foot forward. Good to see you, Luis. Be careful in traffic, my man. Master Hand from Super Smash Brothers is in the chat. Scent of the Day's Mont Blanc Explorer. I've always maintained that it's super weak performer, but actually seems to be doing a better job than I thought because of nose fatigue, sir. We all experience it. Certain fragrances do it to us more than others, but that's probably the culprit, my man. It's good fragrance. Speaking of good fragrances, Adonis Awakens, some of Christian's best work. Encre Noir Sport, love it. Encre Indigo, love it. Moustache EDP, tons of people love it. By the Fireplace, love it. Sport and Fireplace are going to arrive late from Joma. Well, I did nickname them Slow-Mo Shot for a reason. Extra late because they didn't actually have it in stock. Well, hopefully it don't take too long. Seems to be like over here. First, even having to go through customs, huh? Joma Shop's Joma Shop. The rest aren't. It's kind of a good way to look at it. Sounds like you got a great haul coming, my man. I hope you enjoy them. Neil, good to see you, sir. Oh, you did tell me a few days ago it was going to be your birthday, so everybody make sure to wish Neil a happy birthday. I hope you're feeling better from your concussion. Happy birthday. My God, did you pick a classic and a cheat code? Amen is a classic, and Mind Games French Defense is a bona fide cheat code fragrance. I think that is the poster child for the term cheat code when we're talking fragrance. It's just not fair to wear that, my man. So I just said, L'heure du dessert. I'm screwing that all up. Have you tried it? No, sir. I'm not familiar with it at all. I'm not even about to attempt to butcher that name. Boucheron Singulier. Spicy green shower gel fragrance, man. That's some good stuff, Barry. Good choice. Sacktastic Voyage, my main man. Good to see you. It is Thursdays. On Thursdays, he wears Spice Bomb Night Vision EDT. He is super consistent. Good to see you, my man. He don't play, man. He put it out there publicly. This is what he does on Thursdays, and he sure as hell sticks to it. Good to see you, my man. Eros Energy. I like it. I like it quite a bit. It's still not on the shelf. It's literally right there. I have not put it on the shelf with the others. Michael, good to see you, sir. Best smell and chat on social media. Indeed, Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Parfum, in my opinion, their current best flanker on the market. Spice Bomb definitely getting some love. We got a few in the chat wearing different Spice Bombs. Roy, good to see you. Diorum Intense. Catching replay, no worries, my man. Get you some rest. We'll talk soon. Diorum Intense. Parlome Intense. Gentleman EDP. And Boss de Scent Le Parfum. I talked about that one this morning. I like Gentleman EDP the best, which for the longest, that was my favorite gentleman fragrance until Society Extreme. That was my favorite. May end up getting the Scent Le Parfum too. It's good. Yeah, it's only like $49 for 50 ml. When I was putting the link in the video this morning, I saw the price. I was like, that's a good spot for that. $49 US from Fragrance Buy for 50 ml. That's a good price point. I love that kind of soft powdery tone of the iris with the leather in the woods. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, I was literally sniffing that one this morning. Great choice. First date, I'm assuming from Sphinx. First date from Sphinx. Let me skip on down a little bit. Amber and Leather from Alhambra. Kara with K. Dior Sauvage EDT. Good to see you. Hope your ear's feeling much better. We can't catch a break, man. Right away. Right away. Right when season starts, right? He's talking about the Pelicans, by the way, guys, which this was a big trade for us, and he gets hurt right the hell away. Penhaligon's Halfetti, that, man. There's an argument that's they're probably their most well-rounded fragrance, at least of what I've tried. I think there's an argument for it. Seraphim Reds to the Nights can be Code Absolute Gold. I never tried that one, but Seraphim Red's pretty damn good. Good choice. All time, it's Invictus Aqua 2018 for me. Sauvage Elixir with Sauvage Parfum coming in second. So needless to say, you have an affinity for the Sauvage line, huh? Just get another bottle of that. Yeah, man. Get another bottle of that. That's too good to not keep in the collection. Clearly you love it. You're almost done with a 200 ml, man. Rebuy. Rebuy worthy. If you can go through a 200 ml, and then on top of that, it's one of your most complimented fragrances. Clearly you like it, and everyone around you does too. Rebuy candidate. That is a rebuy candidate, my man. Limited edition, that's hey. A lot of people are going to have an answer like that. Something from Club de Nuit Intense line. Dakota, good to see you, sir. Like this by Italib d'Orange. Explorer Intense. I don't think I need another Aventus DNA fragment. I've got an overload of those. Thank you, Kara. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much for the compliment and the vote of confidence. Appreciate all the hard work. I swear we're scent twins. Hey, I'll take it, my man. Are you wearing Evening Mystique today by chance? Because we absolutely would be scent twins if you're wearing this today, sir. We certainly are. I'm assuming you mean we have a very similar taste overall, which I love it. The best people to watch me are ones that have a similar taste to mine because you're going to love my recommendations and the stuff I talk about then. But I appreciate you, sir. Greetings from Tunisia. Thank you, sir. Or sir or ma'am, I'm not sure. But thank you. Of the Immortals for John. Good to see you, my man. Been a little while. Beardsome, always a pleasure. Maison Crivelli Oud Maracuja. Get soft live stream clap. I still need to get a full bottle. Don't get me wrong, Fragrance World's version's pretty good, but it's not good enough. The real deal's the real deal. That's a great fragrance. We can just around the bend. Let's get it. Hermes H24. Which version? I'm assuming EDT since you didn't put any, any concentration or anything after it. I think that's a safe assumption. little bit of water and H2O and some Crystal Light. Strawberry and lemonade Crystal Light. Another one wearing Prada L'Homme Intense. Sprayed even the Mystique on my wrist just to smell it. Well, I sure appreciate that. You got 2 Iris fragrances on. Enjoy the Sea Oz. Sean, good to see you, sir. Boss Descent Private Accord. Yeah, man, that line's so good. Intense, I could see not being for everyone. Pure Accord's just good. It's okay. It's not special because the rest of the line is. That's what dwarfs Pure Accord. Like now that I have Pure Accord and everybody was like, it's kind of a miss. No, I don't think it's a miss. I think everything else in the line is just so much better that it makes it look like a miss. There's actually no bad release in that line. There's just some greatness in that line that makes the stuff that's not great look even worse. When you put a 7 next to a 2, it makes the 7 look like a 10. Make sense? That's why 7s hang with 2s. So don't forget that. Excuse me, still got the cough. It's still lingering. Hit that like button for sure. Quez, good to see you, sir. In an Uber, and whatever the driver has smells like he boiled A1 style. I hope you can't hear me because I'm reading your comment. I hope you got earbuds in because you're about to get outed if not. So earbuds or earmuffs. That was the whole thing. Earmuffs. Boiled A1 steak sauce and then added a very heavy cherry note. This is the first time I've ever been nauseated from a scent. I don't envy you right now. You're trapped. You're trapped currently. That sucks. It's almost over. Hopefully you don't have much longer of a drive. I think you should start with the EDT. Just go straight to the EDP, in my opinion. The EDT is good, and my man Sacktastic Voyage is going to be upset that I'm saying to skip the EDT, but if you don't plan on getting both, just go to what most people consider the better of the two. I think there's a good argument for that, right? Good to see you, sir. Indeed. Terre Mez Ogivray and Enigma Parfum. Hell yeah. What's up, all you good smelling sons of guns? Sons of guns. What a great way to enter the chat. Under 30, CK1 Shock. That's an easy answer. Abad by Novatus. Good to see you, my guy. Top at Burlington as well. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Diptyque au Nabati. I don't believe I've tried. My main man, my brother from another mother. One of the few brothers from another mother. Kicks Griffey's in the house. Joe Malone, Sea Salt and Sage. Flexing the freshness. Kicks Griffey approved. FWO, Wolfpack for life. Yak Mob and all that good jive. Good to see you, my man. Volcanist King, the Super Chat, has returned. Always a pleasure when you stop by, my man, and he's always got a great scent. Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. I think the best all-around leather fragrance for men you can buy. If you want to start with a leather fragrance, I think if you like that, you'll like Leather Accords and you can explore further because that's like, I don't want to throw the term masterpiece around, but man, it's hard to argue against it. I think a lot of people would agree when it comes to leather fragrances, it's one of the most well-constructed, easy to like, easy to wear, has kind of that daring attitude to it without being too bold or challenging. Great choice. And thank you for the super chat, my man. Yeah, most of them do. And I'm sure that's the magnetic cap's loose. I think it comes with some other things because it's a rather large box. It's probably like a PR kit or something. And even if it's not a PR kit, maybe that's just how it comes. I don't know. It might be retail packaging. I'm not sure. Good to see you. Good to see you. Professor X. Mr. Ross giving props from one YouTuber to another. I sure appreciate that there, sir. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate the compliment. Likewise, sir. 1 million oud. I'm assuming golden oud. Yeah, it's got to be golden oud. That's really good. Basically, Middle Eastern 1 million. So I'm going to skip on now. Kellen, good to see you, sir. Just got a haircut. Why EDP? Strong. Not strong at all. Not strong at all. Okay. Super weak for some reason. You sure you're not going nose blind pretty quick to it? Because that's the consensus is that's a monster for most people, man. Could be getting some quick nose fatigue. Good to see you. Oud Lemon Mints, good stuff. Cool Water Intense, mentioned you earlier with always coming with a great fragrance. Good to see you, Cody. 10 Toes and 2 Wheels Down. I love the name. Got the matching avatar. Got a rider in here. Yo, brother, good to see you. Say what's up and drop a like. I appreciate that. So let me get closer to the bottom because there's something I'd like to discuss. We're about 15 minutes in. We got 140 in the chat. Let me skip on down. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, guys. I apologize that I'm skipping. Spencer, good to see you, my man. Listen in, regular spray and go-ish. CK all. I haven't worn that in a while. It was a good one. Yeah, man, that's such a good one. So we'll skip on down. Dan, not the man. From Gentleman's Nod, perfumed by Claude Deer. Fargo, Christian. Apart from vetiver, oh, so I've grown. Vetiver's grown on me a lot. Very few do I have issue with that. Skin chemistry is it's always skin chemistry because not everybody has the same experience with certain notes. It's definitely a skin chemistry issue. But things have changed over time with me on vetiver. I appreciate earthier vetivers so much more. So let me skip on down to the bottom. Well, Ken is still hanging with us. I sure appreciate that, man. It's good to see you. I know you don't always have an opportunity. The Bishop's in the house. Hope everyone's doing well. Big Ross, the boss. Good to see you, big dog. So family is doing well. This here Toxic, the original. Good to see you. So I know there's several of you looking to hear from me because a lot of interesting events in the last 48 hours. I'd like to say first and foremost that pretty egregious piece of content. I did leave a comment in said content because I was kind of skipping around in the replay. And when I saw my name pinned in a comment, I stopped and watched that section. And that's why, for those of you that saw the comment, which is no longer there, it was about a hoodie tag that I did a couple years ago with some laughing emojis. It was a funny section. Skipped a little bit further. I saw a certain individual that I don't know personally kind of being torn down a bit. And I was like, this ain't for me. The title, I've already told the person publicly and privately that I'm just not down with that stuff. And, shame on me for leaving the comment without having the full context and understanding what was going on and how deep it actually got. And for that, for anybody that was affected by me even leaving a comment on that, if I upset you or disappointed you in any way, first and foremost, I want to make sure that I'm sorry. And I feel awful for having part in that in any way, shape, or form. Because, I don't get down like that. My ideologies do not align. I feel like that's a line that should have never even been sniffed, let alone stepped on, crossed, and trampled. I did not like what I saw after the fact. A lot of things were brought to my attention after the fact. I've now seen all relevant content that has kind of surrounded this since. And I want to take ownership for my part in that with a comment. And again, apologize from the bottom of my heart with that. Hopefully we can move forward with some healing on this because that type of behavior and ideology is not welcome on my platform. I can't get down like that. I don't believe in these things. Anybody that knows me, I would think absolutely. I mean, I know for a fact a few people that know me were like, yeah, we know better. Definitely not the way I view things and other people to segment certain people. And I'm not down with that. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too great a detail because it's just, I'm pretty disappointed here. And I'm hoping moving forward, we can heal from this together. And I just want to talk about some fragrances and have a good time because that's what this platform's about. But I know a lot of people here in the chat have been involved in what's been going on in live chats and seeing what's going on. It's been a pretty big discussion. And I wanted to, I didn't want to act like it wasn't a thing and address things from my own standpoint, my own involvement, and apologize for any involvement whatsoever. And like I said, because I know there's some people that seem to be pretty disappointed with me having any involvement whatsoever. So to those individuals, I hope you can forgive me. If not, and you still want to feel a certain type of way, I totally understand the disappointment, and we're moving forward from this point. So with that said, which one, we'll take a vote, should we start with? I'm assuming this is the fresher fragrance. Typically, I would start with the fresher fragrance, but if y'all want to do mind games first, we could do that too. So let me know, new notes or mind games in the chat, and that's what we're going to start with. Once I see kind of an abundance of one or the other, we'll roll with that first. So let's check out the chat. Skip down a little bit. Mouth's a little dry, talking too much. Let's see. Just curious, have you tried Amongst Waves by Gallagher? No, sir. No, sir, I have not. I'm not sure. I've never tried it. I've never tried it. I might have to look into it, though, because Gallagher, I've heard great things about the brand. I believe the pear fragrance. I forgot the full name. It's a clever play on words with pear. I forgot what it's called. Oh, Extreme, excellent choice. Let's get on down. Where are we at? Let's see. Where's the votes? Here we go. New notes, 2 new notes, 1 mind games, 3 new notes, 4 new notes. So far, new notes is winning the battle here. Akigala Mandarino sounds like a good name, though, doesn't it? I have seen the notes. I believe it's something ambroxan related, maybe something like that, with Akigala wood, some citruses, and some fruits. I guess mandarin orange is the main citrus and fruit. I think it's like passion fruit or something like that's in there as well. We got another one for new notes. Mind games, new notes, new notes. I think we've got a pretty big abundance on new notes. So we're going to dive into new notes first. I hate the cough, guys. I apologize for the cough. So let's check it out. So first and foremost, let me show you guys the label. She's holding a giant mandarin orange. It's an extrait. It's a 50 ml. You can get samples. We'll look at it in a little bit. If you like what you hear, don't blind buy any bottles. Don't be wild, because these are not cheap. Sample. Always sample. New notes. Okay. Because the bottle's always buried. But it is a nice uniform bottle. It is brown, though. Interesting choice. I would have thought more of an orange hue since it's based around orange, but it is a wood note that they're basing it around as well. So I guess brown works in this situation. Atomizers lined up. Nice little touch. They do have a lot of high quality stuff. I have a few fragrances from them. Beautiful atomizer. That's 2 good sprays. New notes double in on the top. That is rather fresh. I think I get more of the woody nuance than I expected from the start, at least out in the air. It's rather fresh. Okay. I can mess my own words up. I'm reminded of something along the lines of Lamari Porthole without the salty iodine sea breeze kind of thing going on. This is more like the tropical fruity side of it with intensified woods. Like the openings have some similar vibe and tone to them. It's because of that passion fruit. Because I remember there being passion fruit, and obviously there's mandarin orange, and there's other citruses, but I get the passion fruit. It's literally mouth-watering. It's a very juicy fruit meets sharp citrus kind of thing going here. It's got a little bit of sharpness, but it's very juicy. It's even got like this spicy zing to it. So there's got to be some kind of spicy note of some kind. Maybe there's another sharp wood that I'm not familiar with, but that could be adding that sharp tone. But it's got a zing to it more so than a zest. What's the difference? I don't know, honestly. I guess they could be interchangeable. Zesty, zingy. It's really good. It's like super watery. Let's pull up what they're working with over here. Let's go by brand. New notes. So Avant-Garde's website, that is who sent it. So they're pricey. Samples are only $6, but the 50 mLs are $2.20 before any discounts. But samples $6. That's the way to go. Top notes: mandarin, passion fruit, raspberry, apple. That's why it's so damn fruity. But the mandarin does stand out just as much as the fruitiness. Freesia, jasmine, and muguet. I believe that's a floral note as well. A lot of fresh white floral that explains all this freshness. Akigala wood notes, ambery notes. Okay. I don't find it's all that warm, but it's very fruity and fresh and woodsy. Fruity, fresh, woodsy. Just as citrusy as it is fruity. It's like this juicy blend at the top. Pretty photorealistic too. I would say I'm getting more fruitiness than citrus currently at this last sniff. It doesn't smell like it's reinventing the wheel. I was reminded a little bit of like Porthole. Basically, these passion fruit dominant tropical fragrances, it's all kind of a family of with different nuances. They're not the same fragrances, but they all have that similar tie-in, because a distinctive passion fruit note is a distinctive passion fruit note. Now, I don't think it smells like an oudless oud maracuja or anything like that, but I am reminded of Porthole, which I would assume would tie directly to maybe God of Fire as well, something in that similar family. So if you like fragrances like that, this is probably worth a sample for you. It does smell good, though. What's giving me that zinginess to it? It's tangy, Maybe that's a better word for what I'm looking for. The fruitiness is tangy because it keeps making my mouth water. It's lip smacking type of, like almost gourmand fruitiness. Like it smells delicious more so than anything because you have delectable fruits here. So, I'm thinking like 8.5 out of 10 in my initial impression here. Obviously, we're not getting anywhere close to a dry down, but I like this quite a bit. It's not reinventing the wheel, though. It's not, let me put it to you this way. I don't think it's special, but I do think it's really good. Like really good. It's worthy of a sample. I don't think it's a crazy blind buy either. But at this price point, better safe than sorry. It's not like it's $50, which for some people, that's still a crazy blind buy. And I understand that. But I think the price point makes it still a ballsy play at blind buying. Sample first. That's my recommendation. Do what you choose with it. Let's read the write-up here. Captivating perfume that merges the spicy and woody notes of Akigala wood. So there is some zest and some zing and the tanginess and all that. It's the Akigala wood. I didn't even realize that could provide spice. With the freshness of fruit and invigorating zest, there's that word, of mandarin. A multifaceted, lingering fragrance created to combine everything in one. A fresh and cheerful blend of mandarin, passion fruit, and raspberry greet you at the top. In the heart, delicate floral notes dance harmoniously, creating a festive-like core. The revitalizing start of the fragrance is supported with an earthy and warm base of woody and ambery notes, leaving a passionate trail as always followed. Immerse yourself in a fragrance that harmoniously marries warmth, freshness, and vitality, evoking a sense of tranquil euphoria with every breath. Pretty interesting write-up. It is a good fragrance. I think it's a strong 8.5. Strong 8.5. Like 8.75, I think, would be more of a, instead of saying strong 8.5, let's just call it a high 8, which would be an 8.75. Not quite outstanding, but the peak of great, what I would consider a great fragrance. This is the peak of it. It's safe. If you like tropical and fruity, it's safe. Nothing daring here. Good quality. Has a thickness to it because it's a higher oil concentration. Sometimes maybe good. Yeah, I like it. Has anybody tried this? It is a brand new release. Anybody procured a sample yet or eager to try it? Just curious? My man Tazo's in the chat. I see everybody saying Tazo. Where is it? There he is. What's up, Tazo? Excuse me. I'm going to use citrus. Ain't nothing zesty about me. That's fair, Spencer. That's fair. Devin, good to see you, my man. Testing Falcon leather today. Going to have to get a bottle immediately. Made its way to top leather fragrances for me. Has anyone tried the X-Straight? I have not. I have not, my man. Heard good things, though. Well, there you go. Spencer's apparently tried it. Joe Milano, Game of Spades wild card. Not familiar with that one personally. Austin, good to see you, sir. On vacation in Bryson City, New York. North Carolina. Tripping. One hell of a drive from Tampa. Cineday Platinum Amigo East Modern Classic. I've never tried that, so I'm not sure. This is a brand new release. I would like to, because typically their fragrances don't remind me of too much. Like with this one, because of the passion fruit, it gave me that kind of porthole, God of Fire kind of theme. But it's very dominant with this Akigala wood. Very woody dominant with this medley of fruits, this juicy, tangy fruitiness. So it's kind of in that family, but it's not exactly those fragrances. So if those smell anything like this, or if this smells anything like those, then perhaps. I'm just not familiar with it. I did see that today, and I think on Instagram. Yeah, definitely a warm weather fragrance. For sure. MG, good to see you, sir. Love the last video. What a killer list. I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you, sir. About to clock out and go home, so happy. Been a long day. Well, be careful on the road, Kara. Finally picked up Polo 67. Versatile stuff, man. Versatile stuff. That's a solid release for you. I won't say it's one of the best releases, but it's a pretty good release this year. Have a rare date night later. Well, bully for you, sir. Thing gonna rock Narcotic Delight for my sin of the night. Well, I hope it goes well. You're definitely gonna smell good, my man. So with that, let's dive into Mind Games, I guess. Doesn't seem like anybody else has tried it yet. It is a brand new release. Wasn't expecting a whole lot of feedback. Didn't really get much. Kind of digging this one. Might have to slot that right there, and perhaps I'll wear that tomorrow. Now, I would like to think this is kind of the main event of the two. Go ahead and pull this comment down real quick. I would kind of think this is the main event of the two. Yeah, maybe some kind of oud. I remember seeing the notes and I was like, that seems like the more interesting fragrance I would like. I don't distinctively remember them, but of the two that just came out, this was the one that I picked because it just seemed like I'd like this one. So stuff's loose in here, so I got to be careful opening it. Yep. Disaster has struck. Thank you, parcel carrier. Shit's falling. Atomizer even came off. Damn. That must be what fell on the ground. No. This is an oil. It's an amber oil. All right. So let me show you what's going on here. Let me look around for it first. There's another oil. So, problems. It's in here. I got to try to get it out of the cap. Lovely. Wow. And they got pretty decent magnets. I don't know how I'm going to get this out. Hate to scar it up. Yeah. Magnets holding the knife. Ain't this a bitch? Come on. Oh, ain't this a bitch? Fuck me. Son of a... Let me try putting it on and see what happens. No, it just... I guess at some point it's the magnet's working to hold it. Clearly a strong magnet. Shit. Well... One moment, please. I have to get some pliers, apparently. So... All right, needle nose. I'm gonna try to get a grip and slide it up as best I can. That ain't working. Oh, shit. I don't know. We might not be smelling this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is unexpected technical difficulties. And I don't want to fuck this thing up. Just to call, sorry for the F-bombs. That's just what it is. I don't want to fuck it up. I'm already scarring it. I'm already scarring the damn thing. You see it right there, and I'm scraping up the sides and stuff, trying to get it off. Man, I hate to mess this damn thing up, but I got to get it out if I want to have a shot at trying to spray this damn fragrance. Anybody having a good laugh at me right now? Let me get caught up in the chat. I appreciate that, Kara. Thank you. I'm sure that's something Tazo would have wanted to hear. Tazo, you might want to scroll back to like the 12, 13 minute mark or something like that. I can't completely blame it on the postal carriers, but yeah, man, I heard loose stuff, but I didn't think the atomizer and the collar would be in the cap and stuck too. Possibly. Yeah, the collar and the atomizer are stuck in the cap, and it's a pretty strong magnet to where I'm just screwing it up, trying to get it out to try to get a grip to get the magnet to just pop up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna mess this thing up. We might not be doing this one. This just might turn into a bullshit session, a Q&A with just one fragrance already, because this ain't it's right there, Spencer. I can't. It's the... This is weird. This is very odd. I've never had this happen before. This is very, very strange. Well, let's see what the other oil is while we're at it. Came with two oils. The Boya Oud. All right. So it comes with two oils. Just to show you guys the rest of what's going on here. Comes with their blotters. And I'm assuming some information on the fragrance. which if we get an opportunity to smell, we'll utilize that. But I want to try to get this. I'm trying to think what else I could try here, because I don't want to just destroy the damn thing trying to get it out, but I might have to. See, part of the problem, let me show you. You see the lip on the inside? It's hard to get a grip on one or the other. See me scarring the damn thing up with pliers trying to get it out. This is unfortunate. I've never had this. Let me get the focus back. Never had this situation arise before. It's a magnet. It's a strong magnet that's holding it. It's not stuck. It's the magnet's got it. I don't have another magnet other than a magnetic cap, but I don't know if it's going to work because I don't know. I'm going to have to try something else after this, I guess. You can't. I do. I have not. Yeah, I don't mind if it's marketed for women. I tried that. It doesn't grip. It doesn't grip enough. So it just slides out. So, yeah, I tried that a couple of times already. Well, I would think so as well. But for shits and giggles, let me go grab a Jacques Foth cap because they have strong magnets. Let's see. We can make some magic happen. You never know. Pushing apart. So no. Damn it. Grab my tool bag. Oh, God, I got so lucky. Okay, I'm tripping. I feel like an ass. I'd rather feel like an ass than being an issue. This was in my chair. Thank God. I'd rather feel like a dumbass in this situation than continue to destroy. Thank God. Here I thought it was stuck in it because there's a little hole in there. So I was like, oh, it must be where it atomizes. Thank God. Again, I rather look like a dumbass in this situation. Like, oh, it's been on the seat than any other situation. So, all right. It's clicked into place now. Thank you for your patience during these technical difficulties. God, beautiful atomizer. We're going to give it 2 sprays. But I feel like a jackass. It's okay, though. We're back in business. That's what matters, right? Happens to all of us. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'd rather look like a dumbass and be able to get back to the fragrance. So it's almost like a carameled oud. And I don't remember if that's in there, but out in the air, I'm thinking caramel sweet with a mildly funked oud. This is not a challenging fragrance. This is very approachable, at least out in the air, the whiffs I'm getting. They always deliver. They always deliver. I need a moment to gather how I'm going to articulate what I think I'm getting here. It's smoky. It's caramel sweet. Like it's got that texturing to it. Even if it's not necessarily caramel, I'm feeling like it is. It's got this carameled sweetness. It's a woody spice on top of that. It's super balmy type of creamy. It's this balmy resinous type of creaminess. That's got to be caramel. This is breathtaking. Look, they're crazy expensive. At least their shit's great. At least that. I have never smelled anything I would consider close to a mediocre fragrance from them. Most of what I've smelled from them is phenomenal. Most is phenomenal. Some are just pretty good and really good, but a lot of them are like fucking amazing. Sorry for a lot of cursing here towards this last portion, right? I apologize for those that don't like all that. Some people don't like all that. I picked the right one. This is a date night fragrance. Oh, yeah. Just like I would put Double Attack in French Defense, this is right there with them. Oh, my. I thought it'd be good because it's them. But I guess I've gotten so used to their stuff being phenomenal that I wasn't, I guess, expecting to be completely blown away. So salted caramel. Okay, I'm not crazy. Distinctive caramel from the start, guys. Okay, that makes all of the sense. How much are the samples? $10. Don't get me wrong. Akigala Mandarino, great choice to sample. You should sample this for sure. If you're going to get the other, get this one too. Just spend $10 off. Would be 10% off. Would be $1.60 off with 10%. This dark plum, amber coffee. That's what I'm missing. This coffee note. Creme de cassis. I'm not familiar. And with sandalwood, maybe that's that balmy, creamy smell that I'm getting. Plus caramel. Caramel is that syrupy type of sweet. Oh my, is this good? And it's not some super functified oud. It's nothing fecal. It's nothing crazy. It's not medicinal. It's there. And it's a smoky type of oud. I don't know if Boya oud is typically known as a smoky oud, but I'm assuming that's where I'm getting smoke from. Now we're going to dive into the booklet before we read anything else on the site. I don't need the brand story. Let's talk about the fragrance. Carlos Vinales, is that how you say that? Perfumer? The story behind the perfumer? Oh, let me full screen it for those of you that are interested in the perfumer. They have a breakdown on him. Here's your perfumer. Let's pull that back. Hope I didn't butcher his name. Mentor is a fragrance that celebrates contrasts. It's a blend that's both indulgent, that's a good word for this, and complex, offering a unique take on a classic gourmand profile. At its core, it's Boya oud, a smoky yet sophisticated ingredient that provides an earthy base. So it is a smoky type of food. That's where I'm getting this distinctive smoky accord. This is complemented by the warm honeyed tones of amber and tonka bean, creating a rich and grounded base that sets the stage for the fragrance's development. Notes of dark plum being a multifaceted sweetness and depth to the scent reveals a burst of juicy sugars. The delicate balance of sweet and earthy notes serves to open and brighten the fragrance's base, creating a fragrance that's both engaging and evocative. So well written, because that's a great way to describe this. Boya oud, a key ingredient mentors derived from the resin of the Styrax tonkanesis tree. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Also known as the agarwood tree. The resin is extracted from the bark of the tree and processed to create the fragrant oil. Highly valued for its distinctive rich scent profile, Boya oud is known as for its unique woody notes. It emanates a distinctive smoky, resinous warmth that adds a layer of luxury to any fragrance. More than just a base note, Boya oud enhances and prolongs the scent of other ingredients in a fragrance composition. Its luxurious depth and complexity add a new dimension to the fragrance, making it a standout element in Mentor. This is a freaking banger. This is better than Double Attack. I'm not ready to just take French Defense off the mountain peak I've put it on. I don't think I could do that. But this is definitely top two from the house that I've tried. This and French Defense. And my shit is saturated. Look at my hand. Let me get it to focus and you can see the sheen. That's 2 sprays. NWO is glistening today. I'm not being dramatic just to fucking put on a show. It's making me feel this way. And it's coming out. This, I wish it wasn't so damn expensive. God. Look at that. Don't get me wrong, you get $47.50 off, but it's still over $400. Ballers only are those that just plan it out. See, this is the kind of fragrance that would be a problem for me. What do I mean by that? If this wasn't sent to me and then I try it, let's say Dedrick gets it, sends me a decant. The reaction is going to be the reaction. It's like, son of a bitch. Now I got to save up and buy this $400 fragrance, but I normally don't buy $400 fragrances because this and French Defense are the two that I can honestly say, if weren't sent to me, I would have to own. I've got Veery. I've got the Forward. I've got Double Attack. I got why am I drawing a blank right now on their version of Aventus, basically Mango and Pink Pepper Aventus. Blockade. I have Blockade. It's phenomenal. Every bottle I have is phenomenal. I've had Discovery sets. I've tried a lot of their stuff. This is as captive and captivating as French Defense is to me. And they are very different fragrances. It's honeyed. Like this syrupiness I'm talking about from the sweetness. It's smoky, syrupy, sweet, a little earthy. It's not over the top earthy like they describe it. It's creamy, but it's not like milky and just over the top, because it's just as creamy, syrupy as it is creamy. Like this thing is dancing with my sense of smell. 9.5. Easy. Easy 9.5. This is a joy to sniff. This blows away the safe fragrance. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this is some challenge. I think this is some sexy shit right here. I can't wait to see what my wife's going to think about this. I don't know. I haven't talked to D, because if I got reached out, we deal with the same rep. If I got reached out to pick one, he did too, and I hope he picked this, because Sway, shout outs to Mrs. Hicks, gonna love this on him, because I've come to learn her style with what he wears, because they are big time French Defense and Double Attack people in that household when they go on dates. D, I don't know if you hear. I haven't seen you comment. I hope you picked this one. I hope you picked this one. I'm hitting him up after this if he's not here and doesn't see this while we're live. 9.5. It's a wow factor fragrance. I'm fighting giving it a 10, just like I did with French Defense. I'm fighting giving it a 10 because I try my best to hold those as sacred as possible, because it's not, I got to factor in the versatility and the wearability. This is a date night fragrance. If I've ever smelled one, I'm not looking to rock this during the day. I ain't wearing it with a t-shirt. I ain't wearing it with a golf shirt. This is a nice dim lit date night. This ain't just going to the steak. I mean, you could wear it to the steakhouse. You're going to be the best smelling son of a bitch in there. No question. You're going to be the most interesting man in the room, you know, but a more special occasion type of dinner, reservations type of dinner date. Mentor. I didn't realize what I was getting into. I figured it's Mind Games. Of course it's going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be like Battle in French Defense kind of good. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm sure I'm super behind in this chat. Let me skip down a bit. Excuse me. Yeah, man. Spencer, you should try this. No doubt. In fact, I need to send you a decant. Remind me either later in our Instagram conversation or tomorrow. Because I ain't never going to go through this whole bottle. I need to send you a decant of this. You talk about it on your channel or just smell it for the fuck of it. You need to smell this. I know you're a fan of the brand. The Bishop, you need to smell this as well. I need to send you a decant. Yeah, the price is it's wild. It's expensive as shit. The problem is once you smell it. So be warned, if you're going to get a sample of this, the possibilities there that you're like, shit. That's how I feel when I've come across something. Let's say, like I said, let me give you the scenario over again. Let's say I didn't get it sent to me. Let's say Dedrick sends me a decant, because we do decant swaps. And I smell this. My reaction is going to be the same. How I'm going to feel is how I'm going to feel. Then it turns into, literally, like I just said, shit. Now the feeling of I have to have it sets in. And if I wait and smell it again, let's say a few days pass, I spray it again. My palate's already received the aroma and understood the aroma. Now I'm going to like it even more the next time, because it's not an unexpected smell. I'm anticipating the smell. I'm going to like it even more the next time. So now it's like, son of a bitch, I got to buy this fragrance now. And I don't like spending this kind of money on one bottle, as I'm sure a lot of you don't. But it is that good. Don't blind buy this unless you're just balling like that, because it's that good. But you should absolutely sample it. Absolute. Don't just take my word for it. see who else is going to talk about it, see what they say, see if it aligns with what excites you in some form or fashion, then possibly make a decision to get a sample. But man, one of the most sample-worthy fragrances I've smelled this year. Boy, every time I get a whiff. And it's not like it's distinctive caramel, but it's not like the caramel I smell in others. And it said salted caramel, but it's not a salty fragrance. If anything, it kind of balances a little bit of the sweetness because it's not too sweet. I think it's just right. Everything's, it's said, I think the word harmonious was used at some point here. It might have been in the other fragrance, but harmonious, the way these notes are blended in accords, it's in a harmonious blend, I think would be a good way to state on this fragrance. It's pretty freaking impressive. Yeah. Yeah, man. I need to get a decant to you. You remind me as well in our conversation. You've been over the top good. The least I could do is send you a fucking decant, Jared. Jesus Christ. What's going on, Mo? Yeah, for sure. French Riviera, testing it out. Mentor sounds like a grab. Well, you wearing a damn good fresh fragrance, I got to say. Yeah, it's sleek. It's a sleek looking bottle, man. And it's kind of got almost like a brown hue. Like my shirt's black. The backdrop's black, so you can't really see it. But at the bottom, there's almost like a light, like brownish, almost tan kind of hue at the very bottom where the gradient starts. It's sleek. Magnet's strong too, boy. This is a banger. I think banger's not even a good enough statement. Sample. Don't drop 400 plus on just buying a bottle. Sample. Outside of the plum note, sounds close to Latafa Amira. And I'm going to tell you here and now, and I swear on my life that can't touch this fragrance. Because that's going to smell like a Latafa fragrance. And this is going to smell like a Mind Games fragrance. That ain't going to touch it. That's what we call good enough. And it might be good enough. But it ain't this good. And I've never smelled it. And I would bet a paycheck that it can't touch this. And obviously it's all opinions. So that's really kind of irrelevant because it's just my opinion. But man, because the quality here is upper tier. And there's a lot of Latafas I love, but I'm not going to put them against anything Mind Games. Mind Games up there for me like Raja Dove stuff is. And they're expensive like that too. It's crazy. If I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say like 4 or 5. There, but not the most prominent thing. Not to me. It adds a little bit of like going with the smokiness of the oud. It adds this roasted type of feel to the earthiness. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I hope it does. Jims, what's going on, my guy? Hopping over to support my girl, Jay Chantel. Shout outs to her. See you there. Appreciate you, Jims. Good to see you, my man. Glad you got some good rest. Yeah, man. This shit ain't no joke. It's not this fragrance is, it says Mind Games, but it's not a game. It's definitely worth checking out. Jason can definitely afford this. Yeah. Remember, he's got Screw You Guys money. Don't forget. It's 10%, TLTG 10. So you'd save $47.50. Let me send you a decant. You don't even need to buy a sample, Spencer. Let me send you a decant. You're going to get to try it. And you should definitely try this new. Oh my. Yeah, Double Tack's amazing. The orange bitters with the semi-sweet dark chocolate. Oh, it's amazing. But I would put this over it easily. This moves Double Attack to number 3. I'm not ready to overtake French Defense. My heart just won't allow it until further exploration. It's a possibility, though. There's a possibility I would put this over French Defense after giving it some more wear. It's so smooth and alluring. My goodness. Pacific Chill, that profile's amazing. I gotta say. Yeah, remind me. Jason. We were just talking about Jason. Jared, remind me. Spencer, I hope I've never led you astray, but if you're going to just go ahead and pull the trigger, and I know you like Mind Games, You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat, dude. Yes, DeZero. I got it coming. I bought them last night. So I bought the stuff for the member giveaway. We go over the new haul that's coming with you guys real quick. It was day before yesterday I bought them. Night before last? Yeah, night before last. Let me see. So I bought Nishane Hesperide Colognese. I believe is how you say it. The third and final flanker I'm missing from the Colognese line. Nishane DeZero. I didn't buy the other one, but I did buy DeZero. I was like, yeah, I got to get that one. Fragrance World Taj 2, which is interpretation of Blue Talisman. I want to try it. And then the two for the members giveaways that got voted on, the 100 ml of Argos Love Triumphs Over War that you members voted on, and Hugo Boss the Scent Elixir 100 ml for the All-Star tier that was voted on. Those won the vote, so that's the ones I bought. So every time I buy the stuff for the member giveaways, it's like, all right, I'm going to buy some stuff for me too. Might as well. I'm making an order, you know. Yes, anywhere you have that carries Mind Game fragrances, now's your chance to try it for free. Just a little bit of your time and gas, or if you have an electric car, a little bit of wattage. Get on over to Nordstrom, Neiman's. I forgot which one has it. I think it's Neiman's. I want to say Dillard's might have them now too. I wish Miss Heather was in here. She could answer that. They got Creed. She works with Creed. I want to say Dillard's has them. Bloomingdale's definitely does. Saks, maybe? Do Saks have them? Fifth Avenue? I'm not sure. That's a great fragrance, and that's a good price for it too. You lucky I'm hating. What the fuck are you talking about? Kicks, what are you talking about? I'm lucky you hating? I don't know what that means. Oh, speaking of, you can have a decant too, sir. Text me to remind me, please. I'll pay you for a decant. So I'm shucking them around to my close friends at the moment, my man. I apologize. If you're willing to pay me for a decant, I mean, the shipping alone costs what a decant for me, because I do priority mail. It's $11.20 now. Just for the shipping alone, you could get a dollar off. You get it for $9 with the code. Just getting that 2 ml here, because all I pass around is 2 and 3 ml too. They're 5 ml decants, but I don't fill them to the brim. You know, I mean, it's the same thing. I'm gonna spend more. You'll spend more covering shipping with me than you would actually buying a decant. To be God's honest with you, my man. It's not that I don't want to hook you up. It's you spend less just buying that than what shipping costs, because they went up. They were $10.55. It's 11. It was $11.20 last week when I went to the post office. They raised the prices again. Yeah, sleek. It's similar gradients, but it's sleeker because it's got the black cap. Double Attack, I don't believe, has the black cap from what I remember. Yeah, hell yeah, man. GC staying top. Well, yeah, that's the understatement for sure. Yes, that's coming early next year. He had to put it off because he opened up in Europe this month. Italian market. He opened up in 40 perfumeries, and they sold through most of the stock that he sent them already. Quick, they sold through everything. So, oh, you have a sample? I'm assuming you meant have. Right? Josh, I'm so captivated by this one. It's on par with French Defense for me. And you know how I feel about French Defense. I don't know if you just got here, but yeah. But as far as 120 ml, that and Citrine's coming like spring. He had to push them back. I believe that's the timeline. Jason might already have it. Who knows? I appreciate that, my man. Yeah, it's super expensive. That's why I recommend sampling. They beat me to the joke. There you go. I don't know. I can't crown it that after 2 sprays, technically, but one time. I can't crown it that after one time. We're going to dinner this weekend. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to spend some more time with it. I'm curious on the wife's thoughts. She's going to get the early stages of the dry down, because by the time we're done, because we're an hour in, we usually do an hour and a half. By the time I get out of this room, it'll be, in the heart of it, basically. This is my kind of jam. This is a mass appealing oud fragrance. because it's the type of oud that it is. It's a little earthy. It's not funky. It's very smoky. With caramel and woods, and the plum just adds a juiciness, but it's not over the top fruity at the same time. Like, it's not just this burst loads of fruit. It's incredible. I think so. I think it's incredible. I can't wait to check that one out. That seems very mass appealing too. Speaking of, good to see you. This is fragrance porn. Come on now. Due for a win in the member giveaway. I'm claiming it. Well, I'm rooting for you. There's no favorites in that. I just click spin, and where the wheel lands, the wheel lands, you know. So Dillard's does carry it. There you go. So guys, if you have a Dillard's near you, check and see if that particular Dillard's has it. There you go. Bloomingdale's. Neiman's, yeah. That's because that's where in Tampa we had went to Neiman's and we were sniffing some mind game stuff. That was for the Rumble when I was with the Nigerian giant Omos and the artist formerly known as the Fragrance Apprentice. Oman Man EDP finally got a sample of French Defense. It's wonderful. Yes, it is. And that is one of my 10 favorite fragrances in my collection. It is my favorite Mind Games fragrance, but I feel like this has a chance to overtake it. I just have to spend some more time with it. I can't crown a new champion like that without doing my due diligence. I can't let a first impressions replace an all-time great. But this has all-time great potential to me. Not everybody may feel the way I feel. This is how I feel about it. Saks has it too. Okay, there you go. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yes, sir. The Forward's really good too. I got a bottle of the Forward. I don't recall if I've ever tried that one, Mo. Thank you, Dakota. Got to head out for dinner, though. Take it easy, everyone, and be good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to see you. Also, you're getting it before me, so I ain't watching shit that you put out if you got it in there, because I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you think, because I'm ruining Mentor for you right now. I'm telling you my thoughts. You know, so you have an expectation going into smelling it because you heard what I thought. That's why I try to avoid stuff if it's things I know I'm getting. Ooh, kind of giddy with anticipation. That's 3 really good ones, though. That's an arguable, like, best of the house right there. Because you got a lot of, like, there's real versatility there. Hachivat can be your daily wear. Wulong Cha is your nice casual, warmer weather fragrance. I need your date night evenings. It's pretty well-rounded right there. Players mess up sometimes. Yes, sir, indeed. Yes, sir, indeed. My man, Randy, good to see you. You need a decan as well, sir. Text me and remind me. I'm slinging around, I think, 8 ml so far. Because, yeah, everybody that's generous to me, I want to make sure to be generous to back when I get something that's like must try. Like, you need to fucking try this. Yeah, so my close friends 100% need to get some samples out of this bottle. So text me to remind me, Randy. If I can get everybody to remind me tonight, and I'll maybe make them tonight and send them out tomorrow. But the Bishop, Spencer, Randy, and I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Clearly, this is why I want y'all to remind me. Because I'm clearly immediately forgetting somebody. I'm going to send you a decan of this. You need to try this. Oh my. Smoky, earthy oud, boya oud specifically, with caramel, dark plum that doesn't make it over the top fruity, but makes it juicy. It's syrupy, sweet. It's a little balmy. It's got this creme de, what's it called? Creme de cassis and sandalwood. I'm assuming that's the 2 notes making it creamy with the caramel. It is so, I'm just going to say it, it's so fucking good. I gave it a 9.5 holding back the 10 because I just can't cough 10s out. I just can't do it. But it's got a chance to overtake French Defense for me. I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it won't. I'm saying it's got the potential after I spend more time with it. It's pulling me in that much. Little hint of coffee, just a hint that gives this roasted feel with the earthiness. Just a hint. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was wondering what I'm hating. I'm like, what? Kix Griffey. That's the other person I need to send a decan to. Text me to remind me because, see, I start piling up the people I'm going to send decans to, and I forget. And that quick, Randy text me, yep, I need that, LOL. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all hit me with the text messages. That way I don't forget, you know. 40 knots. I draw the line with prices of mine. Hey, man, I don't blame you. It's worth trying, though. The problem is if you end up feeling the way I feel about it, then it turns into son of a bitch. Now I need to get this bottle. I don't encourage that, but I'm telling you how I would feel if it had not been sent to me and I was just getting a decant from a friend. It would be shit. Now I want this, and I don't like to spend that on one fragrance. I don't. I've never spent over $400 on one fragrance. I've never done it. Over 300, I've never spent over 4 on one. All the stuff I have that's over that price has been sent to me. I don't like spending that much. I spent 200 or 300 on the right fragrance. I've done it a bunch of times. But over 400, it's got to make it make sense. And this one for me makes it make sense. And this is just off of first impression. I'm eager to get the full wearing experience out of this. I hope my wife loves it. I don't want her to just like it. I hope she loves this one. I'm going to be heartbroken if she don't love it, honestly. I saw that. And he's going to rock number 8 for Kobe, was what he said. Look, he's going to be motivated to be D-Hop again. He's the man. He's one of my favorite receivers all time. I had him 6 years in a row on my fantasy team in the past. I love DeAndre Hopkins. Sure. I did see your picture on that one. Yeah, for sure. There he is. Your ears must be burning. We were talking about you a minute ago. Definitely catch the playback. You're going to want to catch the playback, Jason. Isola Blue, you son of a bitch. One of my 2 10 out of 10s for those of you that didn't know. Jason, everybody was saying you going to buy a bottle tomorrow. You're one of the few people that could afford it. Because remember, you got that screw you guys money. Oh, my God, Jason. You know how I am with French Defense. This has a chance to overtake it. I got to spend more time with it. I gave it a 9.5, and I was fighting saying 10 because I'm going to be whoring out them 10s, man. That's one of the – because it's so versatile and such a me fragrance, that's how that one got a 10. One of the only 2 ever. My God, is this fantastic. It's the Boya Oud's smoky, very smoky and earthy. The coffee gives a little bit of a roasted feel to the earthiness and its abundance of this salted caramel accord. Oh my, is this fucking good. It's balmy, it's creamy, it's juicy, it's sweet and syrupy, it's a little earthy, it's quite smoky. This is some sexy ass stuff. I'm telling you, I put it over double attack immediately. And I love double attack, but I'll take this 10 times out of 10 over double attack. French Defense, I don't know. It's got a chance, though. I've yet to come across one that I could rival it with, let alone from the same brand, because French Defense is top 10 in the collection. This is too now. Something's getting bumped. I don't know if it's quite top 5, but it's damn sure top 10 out of all the 2,000 plus bottles. Yeah, for sure. That's the problem. So that's why fair warning, if you get a sample, and this goes for a lot of mind games fragrances, if you get a sample, there's potential for you to like it so much that you're like, I don't want to spend that on a bottle, but damn it, I feel like I need to add this to my collection. That's the issue. Now, I'm not saying everything you smell from them is going to do that to you, but with this brand, there's ample opportunities for you to come across that situation when you're sampling them, because they do put out some amazing stuff. Vikings about to cook. Good to see you, Nick. Oh, so you smelled it. So the fire emojis tells me plenty. You may not feel 9.5 out of 10 like I do, but fire emojis means high score for sure. So yeah, I think it's going to be a closer game than we would think, because the Vikings are just too good this year. I'm happy for Sam Darnold, man. They're definitely not as good, but it might be more competitive than we're thinking, because on paper, it's like, oh, Vikings going to whoop that ass, 3-score victory. And it could be, but Bellini Brunch with Scent Journey is winning. Second favorite house discovery of the year. Good to see you, Jonathan. Yeah, man. Good. Oh, what'd you think about those Mont Blancs? By the way, like specifically Extreme Leather. I don't know if you smelled them or not yet, but real curious on what you think about it. Extreme Leather, I enjoyed so much I bought a bottle, obviously. So yeah, for sure. Oh, damn, yeah. Solid 9. So we're we're pretty much on par here for sure. So we can hang for another 20 minutes if you guys want. We normally do an hour and a half. We got the business out the way early. We covered the 2 fragrances, got them done. Had some issues. JC, scroll back, not just to the beginning, but you might want to check out the beginning when I was having atomizer issues. Shit was in pieces. I thought the atomizer was stuck in the cap. I'm trying to pull it out. Turns out the atomizer was in my chair because all the shit was loose in the package. I mean, everything was loose in this package. So this is a banger. We're supposed to go to dinner Saturday night. I'm so wearing this. I'm so fucking wearing this. That is too good. I'm impressed. Mind Games does that a lot. They impress me. They really do. It's such a good house. See, I like that it's a sweeter iris leather with extreme leather. It kind of gives me a similar leather to like a less rough and tumble Tuscan leather without the fruitiness. Kind of like that. That's what I kind of related to. Yeah, for sure. They did? Oh, because I don't have YouTube up, so I didn't know. YouTube's very strict. They are. They are very, very strict. That's, to me, a top 5 Mancera personally, and it is the season. That's a fun one. That's for a good fun night out. High compliment factor, in my experience, too. Pretty strong. It's spiced, which I consider kind of the carbonation of the cherry Coke. Spiced, a little sweet and powdery. Obvious cherry Coke smell. Oh, man. Such a good one from them. I love it. It's one of my favorite Manceras. Like I said, top 5 from Mancera for me. Loving it. Would be interested if you like them too. I've never tried that one. It's something dark, smoky, and mysterious. Well, if even Mystique was still on the market, I would say that, obviously. And that is 100% how I describe this, but it's pricey. That's expensive as shit. So it's kind of a tough one. There's some good ones out there, though. In the vein of something like, see, dark, smoky, and mysterious. What's your price range you're looking for, Dakota? Help me out a little bit more. So I don't want to throw something too affordable when you were maybe looking for something niche or vice versa. Also, go Dodgers. There you go. End of the night, exclusive to back. Putting myself on a no-buy ban for a bit. I recently got a test of Gris Charnel X straight for $140. That's a great price. And wow, it's classy. It's some good stuff. Both of them are really good. Wilson put a little blood back in it. Oh, yeah. Last week. I didn't say Woody. Okay, for sure. Yeah, see, I don't know. YouTube holds comments randomly. It shit happens all the time. I've heard good things. I haven't tried the new version. I have the old version that didn't have the iris in it. That was hazelnut based. It's really good. Good to see you, Gary. Clinique happy. Did you ever get yourself a bottle of Acquaggio Profumos? But no. The prices on eBay are wild, man. I ain't willing to pay it. I'm not willing to pay that. I've seen them for $500, $800, $1,100, $1,300. I ain't doing that. That's crazy. Most I'd be willing to do is like $250. I've yet to see a bottle for that. That's the most I'd do. Max $350. Paying for on Mentor because this fits it perfectly, but it's still going to be over $400 even with the 10% off. So you don't have to spend that much, but if you want something that's really special, I would try to sample it first because there's a possibility you don't like it. It's oud, it's rose, it's leather, it's iris, it's violet. Black Prestigium from Mancera. That's dark, smoky, and mysterious, and a little funky and powdery and leathery. It's impressive. Another top 5 for Mancera for me. Super situational to me, but dark, mysterious, and smoky, that comes to mind as one of the elite tier ones to me, personally. Maybe look into that. See what you think about it. Ooh, I would go strong with you absolutely personally, but you can't go wrong with either. You're going to get some compliments with both, at least in my experience. Good to see you, John Carlo. You have a good night, my man. We'll be shutting down a little bit. We still got about 15 minutes. there you go. Let's see. They got a sample set of both. Because I didn't check out Prodigy. I had looked at the notes of Prodigy, and then I saw Mentor, and that was what was the deciding factor for me. I just didn't remember what it was, but I remember when I looked, I was like, that looks good. Now, clearly it is. So they got so many good fragrances. They got discovery kits. They got travel kits. They got expensive though, man. Man, are they expensive. Let's look at so this is the other new release. Rose Absolute, Cardamom, Bergamot, Patchouli, Creamy Cafe Latte, Lagoza Flower, Sandalwood, Vanilla, Blonde Wood. See, I saw that and it's like, okay, that's nice. But then you see this and it's like, son of a bitch, that one. Right? Salted caramel, Italian lemon, dark plum, amber, coffee, creme de cassis, boya oud, sandalwood, tonka bean. Of the two, I was like, that looks more like something I'd like. Good call. Good call. Amber Oud Gold Edition. I haven't tried that. 1 million. Classic. Can't go wrong there. Ken, good to see you, sir. Isimiaki Super Major d'Essai. That's an interesting one. I have both, the original and then the super. I haven't smelled them in a while. Clone from Zoha aroma of plum Japanese. Wild plum is dark, woody, semi-smoky, and it's great. There you go. Black Rose. Sir, you get a soft live stream clap for flexing that beautiful fragrance. That's great for this season. Thoughts on duo fragrances? They got some good stuff. I used to like their hybrids more than anything. And I like Mega Dave's 2 collaborations he did with them. I got those. Always great to hear your recommendations. So far, never led me wrong direction. I appreciate that, Dakota. It's never going to stay 100%. Nobody bats 1,000 when it comes to recommending art because there's so much room for interpretation. Alexandria 2. Golden Dollar, I don't have any experience with, but Alexandria's 2 is like one of their best fragrances as far as versatility. Oh, God, yeah, they're high priced. But with Parfums de Marly, it depends on the fragrance. I know what you mean by saying it's Clone House, but it depends on which fragrance, because I think I have a lot of original stuff, too. Jeremiah, good to see you, man. No, it's not heavy. It's got this roasted feel to it, though. I do smell it. If it's too strong, it turns me away. Now, look, it's a skin chemistry thing, too, though, because there's another one I talked about where the coffee's not heavy on me. It was in this morning's video. Which one was it? That the coffee's not real strong on me, but others say it is. It's skin chemistry things. Coffee notes tend to not really pop off of my skin real heavy and bright. Dumont's got some good stuff, too. That's a really good house. Also, I love the original Amal. I think a lot of people do, man. That's a classic. I'm so old that the 90s fragrances are bona fide classics now. Mancera Gold Oud arriving tomorrow. I haven't tried that one. Vetiver Sensuel, better than Sicily. For everyday wear, yes. For summertime, I don't think so. I think for the summer vibe, you know. No, well, we're moving into the seasons now, fall and winter. We're not there yet. We're not. Well, I mean, we're starting to get there. So I'm starting to, like, we had 80s the last couple of days, mid to high 80s, so it warmed back up. But last week I had like low 70s, high 50s to 60s. So the more I fluctuate into that type of weather, the more I can wear stuff like that. So I'm starting to dip my toe in the opportunities here and there to wear the heavier stuff, the spicier, the smokier stuff, all that. Oh, yeah, they're 315 mLs are the way to go. The ones I have, that's where I got a Herbapura, Cruz del Sur #2, and Uden Overdose are the 3 I got. Well, congratulations. That sounds like a great nickname in college. Coffee Addict, maybe the best coffee fragrance I've ever tried and the worst label application I've ever seen on a bottle. Ross, it would blow your mind. I can believe it. It is going pretty well. I hope your week's going well also, sir. Second that. Good to see you, sir. Sin of the day, Percival. I don't know why everyone's staring. I only sprayed 17 times. Well, you go ahead with your bad self. See, that's a little wilder than how I'm going to spray, but hey, it works for you. It works for you. I think that's fair to say. I love that it's, great. Say a man Gohan is your avatar, by the way. I think a lot of people would say that about a lot of Al Haramain fragrances. Their stuff produces when it comes to longevity and projection. Oh, yeah. They're just so expensive, dude. Turn 1 fragrances. Turn 1? I'm not familiar. Ooh. That's tough for me because that's kind of become my favorite. That's why it's the one I talk about, which I'm ready to put that in the rotation too. That's one of my favorites from Dumont. It's Angel Share with an intensified fruity opening. That's the twist. It's fruitier at the top, but it's still all that cinnamon booze, cognac, the sweetness, all that stuff. I'm a big fan of it. I like it more than the Comros and all the kind of stuff that gets related. I've got other like more direct dupes, Lafette, Intoxicate, stuff like that. But Celerio Epic's the one for me. Mine as well. Smoky nuances, incense, Gaiac woods, birch tar, things like that. They really pop off of my skin. I want to say I've done that once in the past. It definitely stands to deserve an update if so. At the airport, yeah, sure. Get on a plane with all that. I like the little bottles. They're all you really need in these large collections. 15 ml of a Xerjoff, 3 different Xerjoff fragrances. Pretty cool little setup. And it's just the little mini bottles, you know. And they decent atomizers too. Yeah, it has changed. I thought I had did that before. I do need to update it. Home for the holidays. Rest in peace, EJ. That's my favorite still. I still wear it during Christmas time. I'll wear it again. It's the only time of year I wear it. It's during right around Christmas. Week of Christmas, I pull that one out. Oh, the Formula One brand fragrances. Okay. Yeah, I think all of them. They're decent. They're not special. They're decent, though. They're mostly clones. They don't make a 50 ml of Amore Cafe. 60 ml, I don't know if they make the smaller bottle or not, but they definitely got the 120s. But yeah, 60s and 120. Yeah. So I'm not the only one called that. I don't know if they got it in 60, though. I'm not sure. They don't produce everything in 60, but they do a lot of stuff in 60. It's pretty popular, though. I can't imagine they don't have it in a 60. Let's see what Parfumo says. See if it gives any information. I still need to get a bottle. I haven't got it yet. High ratings here. iFragrance would have that in their library. No, not countries. Fragrance and fashion, best fragrances. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. Let's see. It may say what's available in. Does not. Oh, never mind. My apologies. Never mind. Coming soon? No, it's October. No, that would be the week of Christmas or like right the week before. I've done those before. I do them most years. I don't think I did it last year, but I did it pretty much every other year. And I do it when we're close to Christmas because when it's like people want to talk about what they're going to wear for Christmas, that's when I'm like, hey, here's what I'm thinking of wearing. That's basically what it comes down to. This is the kind of the selection I'm thinking of, and it's a good talking point for everybody. So I do it for Thanksgiving usually too. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. I've been in the South all but 3 years of my life. Okay, well, there you go. So they do have a 60 available. Maskim Oud Indochine. No, but it's an interesting name. I'm not familiar. That's fair. Alexandria is a good clone house. Yeah, they got some good originals. Hefe's line. I'm telling you. Yeah, they got a lot of good clones. Handy's a good dude, too. Handy Hefe's, good dude. So we're 125 in. We got 102 left. We had some people come and go. Mid 100s range at our peak. Held when we were in topic around 140, 150. Now that we've been bullshitting, we've been staying around 100 to 130. I think it's the most I've seen while we've just been bullshitting. I did make it to the bottom, Spence. I did indeed. So any closing thoughts or anything before we get going? Any other fragrances you guys want to discuss? Right back at you, sir. Right back at you. Get a little sip. Mouth keeps getting dry. Mm-hmm. They're so versatile. They're a trend right now, so know that they're trendy. So a lot of people are wearing them. But yeah, they look great. They're super comfortable. They're a sneakerhead sneaker. You get really good quality. They're pretty comfortable while still being pretty stable. They're stylish. They're in. Like I said, they're trendy. They go with everything. Great workout shoe, great casual shoe. I wouldn't want to run in them. They seem a little too wide stance and slightly bulky to run in, but I mean, it's a New Balance. It says running on the insole, but and there's a multitude of options from materials, colorways, collabs. I got like 5 pairs of them. Got the Miami Nights one. I got those chrome blues are probably my favorite though. The last ones I reviewed, I still got 2 pairs. I have blue agates and the tea trees. I've been having those for months. I still haven't put them on the channel, so I just haven't gotten around to wearing them yet. But 3 of the 5 I got videos on TLTG kicks. For those of you who didn't know. Yeah, for sure. Thank you. No, sir, I have not. And the reason I haven't is because I wear it so seldomly that I don't even want to have an option outside of it. Because honestly, I wear my Pacific Chill clone more than Pacific Chill. And it's like I spent over $300 on that bottle. I should wear Pacific Chill. Screw the clone. Because if you have the original, screw the clone. Especially when it's really expensive. Like, why aren't you wearing this really? I bought it. It wasn't sent to me. I bought it at Louis Vuitton. So same thing goes with the Solar Blue. It's like, I don't want to get a good clone of it, honestly. Because I don't want there to be any discrepancy. When I want to wear it, I just want to spray that bottle. Because I don't wear it enough. And it's one of the 2 fragrances I've ever given a 10 out of 10. It's that special to me. So I don't even want to have another option outside of it when I'm in the mood for it. So that's just me personally. Not even to review. Like, you guys can be big boys and girls and sample it on your own. That's one review you won't get from me is these Solar Blue clones. Because I don't even want to experience them personally. I'd rather just enjoy the real deal and not taint it. Does that make sense? Fair? Because I review so many clones for you guys that some things it's like I'm not even interested. Certain things I'm not interested in. That's one of them. Somebody in the chat may have, and they could give you some feedback. But I personally, I have 0 plans on doing so for that reason. Better than Vibrato, I'm going to say no. As good, yes. I don't think one's better than the other because they do have some subtle nuances. Because y'all 3 smells more like a lemonade top, whereas Vibrato is very like multitude of fruitiness. Like it's a bunch of fruitiness, not just citrus. It's been like a month. This happens when the seasons change. A lot of ragweed in the air. My allergies get kicked up. And as soon as I get a cough, I keep the shit for like 6 weeks. It happens every year. Every year. What? Pay attention for this time next year. Like, oh, got the cough again, huh? Happens to me every year. I hate it. As a non-smoker, I hate a cough. It's annoying. Shell 3 is fantastic. It's not fragrance drama. It was not revolving around fragrance, and it's nothing that you need that I would encourage you to seek out. It's not revolving around fragrance. It was completely unnecessary. So there's nothing as a consumer to educate yourself with, sir. I do as well. I do need to try it. I have the old version. I haven't tried the new one. Person you know it. Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Random question. Do you consider No, I don't consider it a blue fragrance DNA because it's a Chypre. It's based around oak moss. Now, granted, it's a very fruity, smoky Chypre. And I think Hachivat is much more of Chypre focused profile because it turns into a lot of oak moss pretty fast. It's citrusy and fruity at the top too, but it transitions quickly and heavily into being oak moss based. I would say it's more a modernized twist on a classic masculine profile because Chypre is age old. But it's just as much about musk, birch, and fruits as it is about the oak moss. So that's where Aventus, and I wouldn't consider that blue, personally. I could see where some would. Twists on it, there's certain twists on it that I would consider kind of a bluer Aventus profile, but not that one. Not Aventus itself, personally. If anything, I would say maybe Aventus Cologne's a little bit more to be considered blue, perhaps, because it's fresher. It drops the smokiness. It's not based around the oak moss as much. It's more about ginger and pink pepper and different citruses. It's got even more of a mass appeal. I don't know. I think that's the closer one to categorize that way. Thanks, sir. Just give it a 10. No, sir. No, sir. I hold those sacred. I will not do that. I was very much wowed by it. Incredibly so. It's so good. It's just getting better. It's not getting worse. I'll tell you that. As it shouldn't. It should get better. I refuse to give a 10 in the first impressions. I will not do it. I have to spend time with a fragrance because I hold those so sacred. Too many people throw 10s around. I think a 10 has to be truly special to the individual, not to all of you. Just because it's a 10 to me doesn't mean it's a 10 to you. Seraphine Blue and Isola Blue. The only two I've ever given 10s to. And I normally don't rate Zahara fragrances because George is my best friend. I just give you my thoughts because I'm testing them from their creation, all the modifications. Like, I'm smelling them before you guys ever know they even exist. Basically, I'm one of the most educated people on the fragrance when the time comes. So, of course, it makes sense for me to do a launch review. That's why I've always done them. But outside of that, I normally don't rate them because of those situations, because there's bias there, obviously. But Seraphine Blue is just so me that I couldn't help myself. Prime example. In 3 months' time, I've put that much of a dent in the bottle. That normally takes me years to do, like 3-4 years of something I really enjoy. I've got fragrances that I really like that I've had for 5 or 6 years that don't have a dent like this. Just to give you some perspective. So I've only given 2 10s ever, and I've smelled thousands of fragrances at this point. I want to keep them as sacred as I possibly can. So a 9.5 out of me is basically a 10, is how to look at it. No, I would take Oolong Cha over it. Oh, a little over an hour and a half. We're going to go ahead and shut this down here in just a little bit. Yeah, everybody, it's an opinionated thing because blue's not a real category. It's a genre we've kind of created on our own because most people always thought blue with blue-colored bottle. And then it turned into, watery aquatic fragrances. And it's really evolved well beyond that over the years. Yes, sir. Definitely sample that one. Shut up, Spencer. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, well, it would have to be something strong with Uline for me personally, and I like all of them. I have all of them. My favorite's the leather flanker, but boy, the new one's really good. Tobacco. It's not super tobacco forward. It's a much spicier version than any other ones in the line. So if you like really spicy fragrances, that's strong with you. Tobacco would be the good way to go. If you want something a bit more ambery and sweet, amber, strong with you amber is really good. If you really like the intensely sweet stuff, as said in the name, strong with you intensely, but the boozy one, and I think the overall, I guess, safest, based on likability for most people, the safest recommendation would be absolutely. See where I'm going with this? Is a lot of good ones. I love that line. Like I said, I have all of them. I just buy them out of good faith because I like them every time. I do. I prefer Xerjoff Mephisto, but I do have Silver Mountain Water. And I like stuff that smells like that profile. I got a bunch of niche twist, dupes. I got all kinds of stuff that smells like that profile. It depends. I mean, if you love it, that's an easy answer, but try Perseus first because I think there's much more going on with Silver Mountain Water personally, but Perseus is really good. When I'm told that I can go ahead and give more, trust me, I get asked all the time. Shout out to Jeremiah if he's still here. I get asked all the time. Would you recommend? Yes. in a lot of instances because you're getting a better blend with better, even when they're synthetic. Like Percival's still a very synthetic fragrance, but the quality of the synthetic oils used, that you can tell, is clearly higher. Because even with synthetics, there's levels to it. Not everything's natural. Some of the most natural smelling fragrances you have still loaded with synthetics. Just really freaking good ones that are blended right to create a realistic accord. Remember that. You'd be surprised. The ones that are full of naturals are proud of it. Like Atelier Cologne, they'll tell you on the label the percentage of naturals, 93, 92, 87. They'll tell you because they're proud of it, because it doesn't happen a lot. So let me get to the bottom. It's time to shut it down. We did over an hour and a half at this point. Let's see. Yeah, we're to the bottom. They've got to hit the hills. Great live. I'm going to send you a decant of that Indochine. I heard it's around $5. Oh, wow. Sister company, Bortnikoff. Yeah, Bortnikoff's so expensive. I've been wanting to try this stuff. It's just so expensive. So you have a great night as well. So, yeah, anybody I mentioned, Kix Griffey, Jared, all you guys, Randy already texted me. Hit me up on our respective conversations, Spencer, everybody, so I can be reminded of who's getting decants. I'll make some decants. By Saturday, I'll have them out. I can't guarantee tomorrow. Actually, it'll be Saturday because today's Thursday. I go to the post office on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I'll send them out on Saturday. So gives me a day to work with. So thank you guys for watching. I strongly encourage new notes. Oh, that woody dominance has changed. It's changed a lot. It's been a while since I've sniffed it because I've been falling in love with Mind Game's Mentor over here. But two really good fragrances, two very different fragrances. And if you're buying samples from the site for one, you might as well grab the other if you like anything you heard here. But if you're only sampling one, take my word for it. You can bitch me out in the live stream later if you spend the $9 after the 10% off and you're like, it is not blowing my fucking mind like you said. I'll take that ass chewing. Just give it a shot if you have any similarity to taste with dinner date fragrances the way I do. This isn't some daytime stuff. If you like Double Attack and French Defense, oh God, you have to try this. So keep that kind of stuff in mind. That's who I'm talking to. With that said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, stream on the way out. Speaking of date night fragrances, check out this morning's videos. There's some date night fragrances in it. It's some designers for fall and winter. I think everybody should check out. I do have the results for the survey, speaking of date night, that I did over the last couple of days. I'm going to do that video tomorrow. That video will be out in the morning. So again, check out this morning's content. Like, stream before you leave. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.